Taimu was around the doorway. He went to go follow the Mayhem. Everybody else just booked it towards the other side. So he's alone there. He gets taken out.
Oh,
Tvik here just farming his blade. Swoosh will take out Rascal, so you've lost 2 players already here for Dallas.
I mean, it's so tough for a Genji. Well, speaking of which, perhaps not for this Genji. Tvik's having a complete ride of it so far. But if you're Rascal trying to attack the point against Biotic Grasp, and of course Winston's Tesla Cannon, it's so hard to avoid this damage. You can't block either of those damage sources, Matt. Frustrating to say the least for Dallas Fuel. They get stopped on point A.
Yeah, that's just... Maybe they can take advantage of this Coalescence and Blade.
Tvik, Dragon Blade, you know he's thinking about it. He's looking for chips here. One more slash to get the job done. He's put to sleep a little bit too late, but at least the 1-for-1 has been secured by Harry York. The problem is the rest of the fight on the point's not going so rosily for the Fuel. Mickey dealt with Swoosh. Effect is a presence on the point, getting Zupe low. Zevo's down. He can actually find the Moira now if he knows where he is. Effect needs to drop in. Biotic Grasp cutting him quite low in HP, but he gets a tie-in over the mix. Rascal hoping to get a bit of healing himself. Does jump into the trans now, and he is thinking about the Dragon Blade. He's going to wait for Zupe's Transcendence to expire before going in, but he needs to make a big play now because he's missing a heck of a lot of teammates. Already 2 ticks involved. Soundberry now for the Florida Mayhem. Rascal going for the Dragon Blade. Who's he looking for? He wants Tvik, but he can't catch him. He's got no dash resets left. He just gets him, but Swoosh tases him down. It's nothing but a 1-for-1 trade. Definitely a lot less than he would have hoped for in that situation. Swoosh and Manhattan together on the point. Pulse Bomb dropped in. No effect from that one. Speaking of the man, he's got Manhattan de-suited and removed him immediately as he popped out. The Dallas Fuel looking pretty confident on the point there, but Swoosh gets a tickle on a Mickey. He's found Taimu as well. 2 kills, though, is not going to be enough for Swoosh and the Mayhem. And the Dallas Fuel complete the hold on the second point of Hanamura.
Trying to poke, get some damage, some charge towards Zult, but Florida backs all the way out. They've given up so much space here. It's going to be 1 tick already for the Dallas Fuel on the point. They body block Swoosh here, so he can't get back. As I think Florida may have given up too much space here, Mitch. He just backed out all the way through the choke. Everybody, they haven't been able to even get back and contest the point. A few players going to get staggered here as the point will go over to Dallas.
Look, you can see the first 2 kills came from Chips High and sat in the back line. Kept so... Reason why they called it the Beyblade meta.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it back, yeah. Copyright, Matt, 2018. Quote him on that one. Good stick, though. That's going to hurt. Rascal was the one that fell foul of that one. The rest of the Dallas come out unscathed, especially because of the Transcendence being employed to keep them alive. And now the Tactical Visor in for the high ground. Tvik can't really do much to block it. He actually fell out of position. 2 kills so far for Rascal and the Tactical Visor. There may be more. It's Swoosh versus the world right now on that point. He's a big angry monkey, but he lacks friends right now. That's all he ever wanted. Logic's forced to recall. He knows he needs to get back to the point, but the Florida Mayhem, they're so staggered right now. They may have just thrown the map away, Matt. It's going to be tough to deal with Rascal on the high ground. I'd say very, very tough to try and close the gap. And no, Mickey gets Manhattan with that self-destruct, and that'll be it. The Dallas Fuel slugged their way through. It was a very back and forth map. Basically, it's pretty safe, stock standard. I don't know how much Logic can do, though, when there's going to be that Orisa barrier there. It might be a little bit frustrating.
I always find it interesting from the Florida Mayhem perspective, as you see the Dallas Fuel picking up some kills here, is that Tvik usually plays the 76. I think sometimes now you see Logix play 76 and Tvik play Tracer. They just seem to kind of trade these roles back and forth.
In all fairness, Logix was a big 70. He actually played 76/Tracer.
Miles are
well, that's right. No, but it's just something they're known for,
yeah.
right? Like, we're known for being rude and using rude gestures. Australians, so like, everyone has that thing. Let's jump back in, though. 90% give the Dallas Fuel. Okay, I'm getting taken down by Logix. Tvik considers the blade, but now with the Transcendence, he's definitely not going to go for it. Going to sit tight and hope he's sort of not spotted here until that expires. Going to be a Valkyrie for Harry Hook, though. Going to have a bit of a res if he can. It's going to be a little bit hard to stick this one. Oh! Okay! Tvik with a little bit of a wall climb just to close the gap on AKM. It's the little things, Matt, that make the big difference.
Attack Visor for effect. Not let him get set up on the bridge. Do easy work with it. Now it's going to be an Attack Visor that comes out, but he's already lost a few members of the team. It's a late Transcendence that comes in from Zupe. It's not really going to keep much of, but just him and Zebosai up.
Yeah, it protects him from the Tactical Visor, I guess. Then AKM just follows up with extra rockets. You can see the focus there from Manhattan on getting rid of that Supercharger. A Tactical Visor plus Supercharger could have been devastating, but the Fuel hold the point now. It only took a 1 fight to get back in. Tvik hooked in immediately to his demise. Manhattan in over the top and Swoosh will join him. Logix to bring up the rear as 3 players for the Mayhem on the point right now, and Zebo scrabbling to get there himself. Takes a big rocket hit. 1 more and he's down, and AKM delivers that just like clockwork. And there it is, Taimu with 2 for the D-suit, the kill on Logix, and that should be the round. Not much more to be said for the Florida Mayhem here. Dallas continue to build off that momentum. Except just dive in and sort of hope and connect Mickey's a little bit isolated on the point right now. He probably will be chucked down. Zebo and Harry are there, in effect, actually finding Zebasai might relieve the pressure. Mickey still gets desuited by Manhattan, and Time was the next target. Point blank, Helix Rocket effect, never had a second to respond.
The AKM who picks up yet another kill. There's still members of the Fuel here, Mitch. There's 3 members. It's going to be Harry, Chips, and AKM. And now,
All right, Tvik waiting for his chance to get onto the point. The Transcendence is going to give him confidence. He can sort of know that he can come forward and sort of stand there. The only thing he has to worry about was that, actually. In fact, with a pulse bomb, he found Zebasai, and then after the Trans was gone, it was Tvik that was his next target. Effect taken over. AKM with his own Helix Rocket this time. And Dallas back in the hot seat.
Yeah, and we just saw AKM use his tac visor, same with Logic's. Double the amount of eliminations, more than double, more than triple the amount of final blows.
Zebasai out of the picture already. Florida Mayhem are losing players early in the fight, and yes, it's mostly off the back of people like AKM and Effect that are creating these opportunities. Mid to late fight though, the Florida Mayhem come back, but Swoosh was so low after that pulse bomb, there was no way he would have survived that Helix Rocket from AKM. I guess Manhattan trying to get back onto the point. Defense Matrix actually managed to take the point in the last few seconds. Swoosh a little bit there and back away. He was about 50 HP. Swoosh changes targets and finds AKM, but is traded out. There was never going to be any follow-up there, especially with how split up the Mayhem are right now. Zupair and Logix are on that high ground. Tvik is going to tickle the point over here. All he can do is try and stand on it. Effect comes up a little bit short there. Oh no! Tvik couldn't get to the point. He had to recall early, and Logix was too late to get there, and there it is. Stay at long range, try and poke and get some alpha percentage. Does he expect to run into this? Oh, it doesn't matter. He sends Rascal's concussive mine back at him, and AKM had already fallen to Logix. This is a nightmare start for the Fuel.
Yeah, with all the pressure coming around that backside from Swoosh, Zebasai, Tvik, and Manhattan, Logix is able to sneak up behind AKM and take him out. It's unfortunate. For the Fuel, they didn't realize that Logix and Zupe were split off by the statue. They could have opted to leave those players behind, jump those two, and then work their way back to the point. But the Mayhem, with a good first push, it's a lot like Hanamura, right? They were able to take point A rather quickly. This time they take point A very fast.
It can only really be to get a remake, but he's trying to get back in the suit. He barely does. You can see that he was being chunked down. Everyone was trying to have a crack at him. Trying to back away as quickly as he possibly can. Buying time for the Dallas Fuel to get here. AKM found Zupair, but now it's Tvik who wants to go forward and find some more. Rascal's being pressured down heavily. He couldn't get himself out of that one. Concussive Mire wouldn't have saved him. Point still being contested though by the Fuel, and it's Mickey.
Yeah, this will be it though. Mickey gets steam-backed. It'll be the Mayhem who take point B. They've looked very good here on King's Row as we get towards the end of the map.
Forward to his team and actually give them a bit of this healing. He does manage to reach them actually. They all stay alive, and AKM has shifted even further back, and now it's open season. Logic's down. AKM in a position to pick Zupair off. He realizes he's under scrutiny. Zupair steps towards the side. Tvik finds Mickey, and now AKM drops down just to add some semi-automatic fire to the mix. Easy chip damage on Manhattan's mech to knock him out of it. Resurrect there. Mickey gonna be back in his own mech now. Huge advantage for the Dallas Fuel in this fight. Zebasai's low. One shot was all it would have taken for AKM, and he'll gladly take it.
AKM, man, on the Widowmaker has just been able to stand up here, just pop off. Oh, wow. Florida not
Pull AKM off the high ground, but he doesn't really seem to be too bothered right now. Micro rockets come in from above. That's Manhattan trying to keep AKM honest, but he's not stopping for anybody. Pocketed all the way.
Yeah, and I mean, Chips does have Valkyrie here, so you'll be able to use that Mercy ult. It'll be a self-destruct. Straight up in the sky, takes out Time out AKM. Why not? Let's res the Bastion, get him back in play.
Are you not entertained? This is Overwatch. So AKM is brought back, and naturally he's going to be defeated pretty quickly. Now, I would be surprised, personally, if he stays on this one and doesn't switch off. I know he's close to tank mode.
You have tank mode. You obviously...
No.
So you're going to have him play Mercy here. Get that res.
It's already over, Matt!
Oh, and he had Transcendence too.
Yep, he's res back up. I spoke too soon. Fair enough. AKM picks off Tvik's Riptide there. Surprised that Rao actually get a resurrect, considering the Widowmaker was looking. Good positioning there from Harry Hook to get him back in play. There's a Transcendence there for Chips. He needs to use it. Mickey, he's sitting on Manhattan now. Logix needs to get some damage done from this high ground position. The Transcendence has been committed to the point. Timing finds Manhattan here. The Mayhem are still dropping like flies. They don't have the numbers advantage on the point. It's actually just Swoosh right now. Tvik's just being juggled by Taimu.
They do get a res on a Manhattan, and Swoosh is going to pop Primal Rage. He's getting chunked down so fast, though. Manatin now will get back to the point. He does have a self-destruct to use. He's going to pop it on the point. He's going to force some of the... Oh, the fuel get off of the point there.
What?
As, yeah, no, the self-destruct... And the self-destruct went down in the corner, and they didn't have a bubble. Swoosh jumped in, pushed some people back by the statue. The other half went under the underpass. You see like a nano blade come out yet again. It'll be Taimu using a whole hog.
Oh, nice shutdown.
Players out.
Super deals with Taimu there. Rascal now as well, just trying to get some of the... Oh, IKM, EMP comes out, but follow-up may not be there. Rascal trying to get something done, but there was still a Transcendence used despite that EMP actually being put into the fight, so must not have connected, Matt.
Yeah, they ended up using their nano boost there as well. The Fuel's still trying to hold on. They have Mickey here. Taimu's going to switch to Winston off of respawn.
That's a big res.
Yeah, it's a big res on a Swoosh. I mean, he's just got a ton of HP, right? As Winston just having that big body there on the point may swing things in Florida's favor.
All right, well, there it is. First checkpoint coming up for the Florida Mayhem.
Transcendence used by the Fuel to get back onto the car.
AKM hasn't had an EMP for the shuttle phase so far, but he may have one in just a second. Chips is down. As soon as the Transcendence finishes, he's removed from the field, and now it's going to be a Florida Mayhem Trans. They've combined it with the Valkyrie. There's way more healing than they probably even need here. It won't stop Protector from a self-destruct, but they're not worried about it. They break line of sight. They're not affected by it at all. And the Florida Mayhem will take this point after Dallas threw quite a lot of ultimates at it.
And do you switch off of this Sombra, or do you hold on to it and get that... knock these players back?
Nice by Mickey. A quick drive-by to knock Logix off the high ground. Logix does have the grappling hook, but it might be too risky for him to use it at this stage. Headshot immediately to Taimu in the primal race to punish. Logix thought he'd get away from that one, but Zebasai's keeping him healed up in the periphery. Logix uses grappling hook to get forward and away from Taimu, who just has to circle back and help the rest of the Dallas Fuel stall now.
Kills.
That's rough.
Still
That's a big pulse bomb.
Yeah, it's the kill still going in favor of the Mayhem. Just going
there
to
it is.
Still alive, and that'll be it. They did have an opportunity to finish that a little bit sooner. I thought Swoosh was doing an excellent job. I can see it on the minimap. He was keeping Rascal.
Open staff for Big Widow plays, Matt, today if we're going off of those ones. That's lovely. Going to be a resurrect here. Chips is going to be brought back into the fight. AKM's also found Swoosh and Zupe. Don't even think about pushing out, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Zube has to kind of, well, he wanted to go into the server room, but he can't even go in there, right?
Logix is missing these first shots. He's giving away his position, and he's allowing AKM to respond.
Now AKM with the infrasight, he's going to know exactly where Logix is coming from. He's going to get that Widowmaker, or very risky to just kind of poke out there. Oh, Zebosai using Valkyrie. Gets taken out. It's going to be Swoosh getting right in front of AKM space. Some nice healing, though, coming in from Harry Hook.
Swoosh can't kill AKM if he's being pocketed, if not in primal rage form. You see AKM's not really too bothered right now. Getting healed constantly. Quick grapple will be the goer, and he does. Gets up there, but no, Swoosh chases. Nicely done. However, the focus on AKM there. Oh, it's just beautiful, Matt. He timed it so well. His movement is impeccable. And again, little wall climbs here and there just to make sure he gets the extra distance. Manatin desuited down to begin to push forward. Zup is in the corner. He's finally been noticed, and Mickey now will hunt him. Micro rockets will help him get the extra damage. There's just Swoosh left here on the point. A bit of a tentative leap up. He does have primal rage, so there will be a chance for other spawners to come back in. Logix is playing off towards the side. He gets his brains pasted over the wall. And now Swoosh is ever side down. He doesn't last long either. 4 minutes in the bank for Dallas Fuel. This is a very... follow. Rascal hoping to get in between Zebasai and Manatin to find the mercy.
That's a big kill, though. Taimu falls, trying to jump out with that primal rage. It'll be Chips using his Transcendence. He'll get a res up onto Taimu as Manatin just trying to stay alive on the payload. He falls. Zebosai coming out of the spawn now. He should be cut down rather quickly as looks like the Dallas Fuel should be able to push the payload the distance. Tavik still on it, though. It'll be a self-destruct from Mickey. As Tavik still alive here, Mitch.
Harry trying to stay alive. Tavik chasing. Harry's done well this so far, but now the rest of the Florida Mayhem are coming in. They might be able to turn this around. Unbelievable! Mickey's looking low. Tavik's going to go up. He gets taken down by AKM in the distance. They've got to get rid of Mickey. Damage must be done, but it was two supports and a demon there. Not really what you're hoping for. AKM in the distance, striving to get the damage down, and he's found a couple of targets. But who's on the payload for the Dallas Fuel? It's Chips, but he wasn't there. It's a map 5.
How did Tavik stay alive for so long?
Farah is a hero that we haven't seen pick on before in certain metas, in certain times in Overwatch history. Let's see how he fares up here against this superstar in Rascal. Big first hit on him, and Rascal's found Zebasai. You see Wild Tavik's busy trying to deal with Rascal. Both of his supports have been shot down.
Yeah, he's able to get the kill on Rascal, but doesn't mean much. Everybody else on his team is dead.
Well,
so
all it means is a bit of opposite.
Yeah.
That's literally all that means. So it's all well and good, of course, but Harry Hook there comes up towards the end, finishes off Swoosh, gets himself a quick double.
you're so focused on getting Rascal out of the sky, like you don't really even think about the damage on the ground. And look at how aggressive the Fuel are playing, and they lose Taimu in effect there. Now you think that the Mayhem can capitalize on it.
Yeah, Mayhem supports with a score to settle Zebasai. Gets the DC on Mickey as well as the first kill in the fight. So that's a good turnaround. That, again, for Tvik now, it doesn't really matter who he shoots. He can shoot whoever the heck he wants.
And he throws that at a perfect time where Mickey has his defense matrix down. That's pretty sick.
Perfect little right shift. We actually saw it earlier on today already. Lovely stuff. Rascal's trying to erase that though by dealing with both Zebasai and Logic's at close range with the barrage. But again, it's an easy target for Tvik to pick up. 97% here for the Florida Mayhem. It's only Mickey, Chips, Harry Hook, and Taimu close to the point.
You have both tanks alive though here for the Dallas Fuel. Chips is going to get his ultimate by healing up Mickey inside. So that Mickey will get demeched. Going to go onto the point here as now the Fuel starting to feel the pain. It's going to be a Transcendence that comes in for the Mayhem. They chase Harry Hook out. Tvik starting to heat up.
You couldn't ask for a better Transcendence timing there from Zope. Everyone, especially Logic's, really needed that healing on the point, and he got it. Mickey now trying to back away, but there's a barrage here, and Tvik knows it's open season as soon as that div is removed. A big salute. Rascal takes down Tvik from extremely long range, but it won't be enough. A little bit of respect maybe needs to be offered. Logic's finds Chips. That's really going to hurt. The fun and games might well be over here for the Dallas Fuel, as they're going to fall behind and probably lose this first fight, Matt.
Yeah, they get Taimu extremely weak as well. He should fall. He does at the hands of Logic, so it'll just be Mickey and Harry Hook on the point. So both players will fall. The point will go control. The Florida Mayhem here first. Logic.
Thank you. Seen Rascal. Spotted by Taimu. Actually, he may have been able to finish Taimu off there, but he fancied trying to pressure Chips further. Still, that's keeping the enemy's heads turned towards him and not the rest of the Mayhem. But again, affected Rascal able to spring forward now. Logix wasn't able to keep Rascal under the thumb enough, and he's now been able to get himself 2 kills. Logix being the latter.
And it's all opened up by Effect's Pulse Bomb. He takes out Zebasai, and then they get another kill there on a swoosh. That's potentially where Logix would be heading. It's going to be some kills, though, that are picked up here for the Mayhem as they start to push out onto the point. So they may be able to flip this back.
Now, Mickey now just going to get burst out awfully fast. Logix finishes him after he gets out. He was going to go for the self-destruct to get back in, but that's not going to be an option. That's going to severely cut down the stall potential of the Dallas Fuel to not have the Diva there. In fact, it's going to remove it entirely.
Yeah, and they end up using their Transcendence here towards the end of his life a little bit longer. As this may be the fight that decides it, Mitch. 90% for the Mayhem, 97% for the Fuel. It'll be Logic's taking out Taimu early. You don't have your main tank in the fight.
Mickey needs to be able to remake here. He needs to be able to get back in alive, and it looks like he's going to be okay for now. The Florida Mayhem are slowly encircling their point. They're not committing fully to it. Mickey's there, though. His self-destruct didn't get any kills. Transcendence in for Zupe over and over the point. Now it's going to be Taimu throwing himself in with the primal rage. Try and keep this one going, but it's just him. It's just Taimu against the entirety of the Florida Mayhem. 99 to 97, and overtime is done. It's dusted. It's going to be a desperate attempt for the Tracer of Effect to jump onto the point. He recalls out, goes again, but he's low. Surely that's it. Surely it's over. Tvik is stalling in the back line of